right. Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. How are y'all doing? Buenos noches. Buenos noches as well. Here we go. I'll make you about the same size as that. Oh, and we're ready to rock. What time does it start? It starts now. We start now. And the link to call is below in the description. Just hop in the Discord and we can get a call going. Absolutely. Heard some things from the Steve Sarkisian press conference I love to hear. Absolutely. Gotta love them things. All right. And so it should be pretty simple. I don't think you have to create a Discord account. I think you can use like a guest account, but if you have to, it's a pretty simple process. Free. Everything's free. Doesn't cost anything to call in. But just hit the link below in the Discord. The Discord link below in the description. Not in the Discord, in the description. Audio up, please, sir. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Or like a radio show? This is just a very low quality YouTube show, so I wouldn't call myself a radio show, but yeah, I guess kind of like one. There's just a little voice channel. Let me show y'all over here. Get a little window capture going here. Okay, boom. So you can see my mouse. Well, you can't see my mouse for some reason, but over here, you see me in the call-in show. Oh, hey, you just, there's a link. I've already put it out there. Create an invite. Boom. You join. Your name will pop up right here, right next to mine. And I won't show you on the screen if you don't want. Hey, if you want to. You know what I'm saying? We can maybe make some things happen. We'll see. But that's how you join. Just click the link below, and it should take you right into the room. And we got our first caller. All right. Now you will be on mute at first, but I'm going to unmute and going to try and unmute. Okay, nope. They just left. Hello. Oh no, you know what? They might have been on mute. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and change the permission on that. No, we're not going to mute members. All right. We should be able to good go. All right. Just in case that was an issue. Thank you, John. Hey, ECS. I got 12-0. I got 12-0. I've said that. I'm not gonna cop out or anything like that. I'm just gonna stick to it. And the reason, my main reason why, and I feel like I was very at the forefront of people saying this, is it's just we don't leave the state often. We leave the state two times, and they're very far away. And then now we've come to find out that one of those teams that we're leaving the state to play, they've had some very bad gambling issues. Very bad. We should, Benjamin. And the biggest thing that I actually hinged it on, I know I just said the biggest before this, but this last season we honestly, we should have been a 12 or 11 win team. We should have. Hey, Nino, what's good? What's good, Nino? Hey, hop in here. Hop on a call, Nino. I don't know if I'm plugged any of this, but Nino's got a great show. CFP picks. Nice to see you out here. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you out here. But I hear Nino has some nice things going in the works. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let Nino take everything else from here, but... You know what, Benjamin? We got, and I've said this before, we got to win to the point where officiating isn't the problem. Like, we have to do that. But, and like I was saying, to complete, oh, hey, heck yeah, we will get Nino in here. That's going to be amazing. All right. But to finish what I was saying earlier is, we should have been an 11-12-1 team, because if you look at it, TCU, where was the offense? Steve Sarkisian. This is what you're known for. Okay? Just show up. Just show up next time. Easy. Easy dub right there. Alabama. Literally, how many plays that you... There's I'm thinking off the top of my head, okay? There's a Bryce Young play where he just takes off this way, turns around, finds Gibbs, and it's like, you can't get mad at the guy for not covering him like 8 seconds into the play. Just a complete Heisman play. There's that play. Devondre Sweat sacking him. Jatavian Sanders just absolutely just getting... I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube, but the defensive back was very handsy. Very handsy. Okay? Xavier Worthy drop catch in the end zone. The ball bobbles out. Everybody thought it was we all thought it was a touchdown. The sack at the end, that hold on literally all these things. If just one of these goes differently, Texas wins that game. And then if we don't do what you're not supposed to do, which is give up 31-17 leads, this is an 11-12 win team. Absolutely. Benjamin, now it is a party. Yes. Hey, somebody just join the link. We had somebody join in. I changed it. Changed it to where we also got some nice little emotes here.
Oh, say less.
This is probably my favorite one.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Nino knows about... So here's the deal. I have some issues with the Hudson Card thing. All right, now, there were a lot of people that, hey, it was... Quinn Ewers he's the best thing ever. He's the best thing since sliced bread. Am I going to any of the games? I'm going to every single home game. And the Oklahoma game. Going to as much as I can. I'm going to try. Now, there's certain things that might happen in my life that might keep me from doing it. But if I can, I will be there. Promise me. Not promise me. I promise you. I promise you that. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying on that one. Oh, yeah, no, Quinn injured. Hudson. Yeah, best thing since sliced bread. Hudson Card makes beautiful passes. Beautiful passes. Playing through an injury. Ow! This guy sucks! And then when Quinn starts sucking, it's like, well, why don't we play Hudson? He was so much better. He's the greatest quarterback ever. Just pick one. Just pick one. And you know what? Let me see. How many people do we have in here? Because this might be a good time. All right. Well, you know what? We will do one thing real quick. This isn't the big announcement. We're going to save that for a little bit. But, got something. Whoa, nice. Nice production right here. You might know something. Whoa. Hey. There's a second jersey right here. And who, number 8? Who's this? Whose is this? That'd be Dylan Campbell. And it's going to somebody. One of y'all. You plus anybody else that sees this video later on. That's going to somebody. Being given away. Now, it's being given away, but just for full clarity, it is being sold for $1. This is not a giveaway. It's being sold. I'm selling my possession for a single dollar. $1 single. I feel that's a fair price for a Dylan Campbell jersey. Just one of the better Texas baseball players that we've had on the 40 acres in the last few years. Yeah, I mean, I honestly would, but it is literally so easy to do it this way. I'm not even kidding. It's incredibly easy. I believe you don't even have to have an account, and even if you do, it's just. And then you can also here's the reason why I also don't do the phone number thing. You can do it from anything. If you want to be on, if you have a computer, you got a microphone, you can call in. You got an iPad, call in. If you got a Kindle that can operate Discord, you can call in. And also, I get these nice.
4th and 5, the national championship on the line right here.
Say goodnight to this one.
Yeah. Nash has got the sound bites. Yes, he does.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
So, there are benefits, and then you know what? There's other things that we're planning to do with the Discord thing. So, this. Okay. I might have lied. I don't know. So, how true or not that is up for a good test. But I'm not going to find that out. Who's my favorite all-time Texas player? Oh my goodness, that's a good one. That is a good one. Okay. Okay, it's between two people easily. I just said it's a good one, but three. Roshan's up there. Roshan is up there. Okay. Devin Duvernay. He's not in the top 3, but he's up there. Big Devin Duvernay fan. Big Devin Duvernay fan. It's between Roy Williams, the first UT player I ever remember knowing. This is the first guy, first one. Every time I bought Madden, if he was on the Lions were my favorite team because he was on the little front page. If he went to Dallas, Dallas was my favorite team. Uncle Lou, I'm a big Uncle Lou fan. This is actually one of the ideas. This entire idea came from Uncle Lou, doing a call-in show, because I think it's ridiculous that for the last however many years, the closest that a Texas fan has had to a call-in show is you start to have the YouTube chats now. On the YouTube chat, it gives a way to talk to the creators and all that stuff for people to respond, like I'm doing right now. But the closest we've had to that since, other than that, is the Specs text line for Horn FM, which rest in peace. Oh my goodness. Now the Horn FM, like the Horn app, they're still doing it, but all the radio stuff happened. But at the end of the day, that's the closest. We should have had this a while ago. And hold on, I'm not gonna do this on stream. Oh my goodness, my nose itches. Oh my goodness. Oh, much better. But Uncle Lou, yes. Here's the deal that I like about Uncle Lou. He just keeps it real. He's gonna be, oh my goodness, we got a wild Nino corner has appeared. Are you able to talk, Nino?
Yo, you hear me?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear Nino? Type yes in the chat if you can hear Nino. Get a little yeses in the chat. You should. How you doing, Nino?
Pretty good, man. What's going on?
Just chilling. Just, doing my thing. Sorry about kind of... Throwing the plug a little bit too hard there for a second. Oh man, dude. Yo, so I guess the 12-0, you got the 12-0. Yeah, they can hear you. Absolutely. We're on a little bit of a delay. I need to figure out how to get that out here. Somewhere in the settings. I'm not gonna do that right now though. Yeah, man. Hey, we're almost 11 days away now.
Yeah, we're 11 days, bro.
This is like, it's coming up fast. And you know what? Here's the deal. I've been telling my dad this. The better you are, the faster it goes.
Exactly.
Better you are, the faster it goes. And we got ECS in here. What's up, ECS? You're going to have to take yourself off mute. But, no, I mean, if you wow out a little bit too much, you know, hey, I might have to mute myself. But we'll see.
Hell.
But, hey, a lot of hype in the season.
Yeah, we got a lot, bro. I think we're gonna do it. I got confidence. I got a ticket to the Bama game, so I'm going to the Bama game.
Yeah.
Me and the wife. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man.
Yeah, you're out there in Birmingham now.
Well, not Birmingham.
Not
I'm
Birmingham, or
Montgomery.
near there. Well, we're not going to drop the exact location of Nino's Corner. But
I'm in Montgomery, man.
oh yeah, Montgomery. Yeah, no, you yeah, that was the name of the title.
Yeah.
Of that video. Yeah, I watched that. Hey, by the way, y'all go check out that Nino's Corner SEC fan interaction video. The SEC fans, they're like
They're funny.
yeah, it's like encountering an animal in the wild. You know, like I was trying to find the nicest way to say it, but you know, just from all the interactions I've seen and heard about, and you know what? Here's the other deal. I was looking forward to all the Alabama trash talk. Like I was like, okay, we're getting to play an SEC opponent. They're coming to DKR. We're gonna get there's gonna be a ton of trash, right? Ton of trash talk. Not a lick of it. I didn't hear one bad thing from an Alabama fan. Not before, not after. They couldn't stop praising us, especially afterwards. They were like, oh, y'all are such a good team. It's like, I wonder why you don't got that usual Bama tone that y'all have.
It's because they were outnumbered. We'll see how that happens
Yes.
in Tuscaloosa in a few weeks. Because
Hey.
I got to feel they'll be rowdy as hell.
You know what though? I've heard some little, you know, and now granted this is just internet gossip on Twitter, so everything on the internet is true, but man, you know, it sounds like they're kind of like selling their tickets at a large rate.
Yeah.
Good game for Longhorn fans to go show up in. Yo, what's up, ECS? You have to, that's JD. Oh. Wrong name. Apologies. You have to take yourself off mute to be able to talk.
You got
Nash, you're-
barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me.
Is that
Hurt my
JD? Or
feelings.
is that Nino? I can hear you. Whoever said that.
All right.
Yeah.
You got me? Hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
All right.
they can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I want to see how this team like shows up. You know what I mean? All the talk. We had a good season last year. You know, could have been better. I want to see how Jonathan Brooks is gonna do. I'm excited about Jonathan Brooks. I'm excited about Cedric Baxter. I'm excited about A.D. Mitchell. You know, I want to see how DJ Campbell's going to do with the first team. I mean, man, we got so many storylines with Texas ball right now. It's crazy.
You're so right on that, man. Like, I mean, there's a storyline of you could go with overall draft picks. We're probably going to have, like, if you look at it, like the best MAC years, it was like 6 to 7 guys.
Yeah.
Like, we could have one of the best draft years that Texas has ever had, maybe possibly the best that Texas has ever had this next year. You can look at, like, when you look at overall total first rounders on the team, there's probably, like, when you look at the amount of first rounders, this is probably one of the most talented, like, teams as far as, like, I mean, Kelvin Banks easily first round at this point.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many borderline guys that, like, if they just have this baller year, right? Yeah, they could go, and they will go. But, and I mean that's also one of those things where, like, if and buts are candy and nuts and all that stuff, and you know, like, anything is possible, right? Type thing. But at the end of the day, like you said, there's so many storylines. You have all those, the draft storylines. You have I have people hitting me up for the draft to do draft stuff. You got, like, this is like, and then there's also other storylines on the complete opposite side of that, where it's like, this put up or shut up time.
Yeah,
We've been here so many times before, but this feels like of all the years that we've had in the past, that it is just, it's absolutely the best. Like, there's not been another team that puts this much confidence into not just Texas fans, but other Texas fans. Like, before, it was more the brand. Like, hey, this is Texas and they should be good. And the thing that really stood out to me is Steve Sarkisian talked about it, the press conference today. He was saying, you know, I mean, if you rely on talent to win, that's dangerous. And that's what we've been doing in the past, is relying on the talent. You want the talent plus that mindset. You want the guys that have the mentality to go out there and win.
Yep, exactly.
You know, maybe that's why Tom Herman thought winning was hard.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about Tom Herman. That dude.
Sorry, I had to get that dig in there.
That dude, man, he set us back quite a bit. I mean, just from the offensive line recruiting. You know my spiel about the offensive line recruiting, how horrible it was, you know, under Tom Herman in the last year of Charlie Strong. Those 5 years, if people haven't watched my video on that, those 5 years, 18 offensive line commitments, dead last in the Big 12, tied with Kansas. Dead last. Steve Sarkisian's come in his first 2 years, got 12. You know, so that'll tell you something.
Well, and then on top of that, the development of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then, like, it's when you have a low number of guys that are taken, it should be like, okay, you know what? We have so much confidence in these dudes. That's why we're not taking other people.
Yep.
And it was not like, I mean, it was literally just, you know what, we're taking one just for the sake of taking one.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're supposed to, because that's what you're supposed to do. And like I don't know, the things that just, like, I love to hear the most, like I said with the press conferences, and then the notes behind the whether it's IT, OB, 24/7, whatever, is the front seven. Hearing the front seven winning, that's what you have to be able to win football games, not just consistently, but ultimately at the end of the year.
Yep, exactly.
And
It's refreshing, man. You know what? I want to talk about those draft picks again. You know, like, when you look at this team, I got a feeling if things work out this year the way that they're supposed to work out, you're looking at Quinn being drafted, Xavier Worthy being drafted, A.D. Mitchell being drafted. I think Christian Jones is a fringe draft pick. You know, just depending on the season he has. If not, you know, he's a free agent. But Jordan Whittington has the opportunity to be drafted.
Absolutely.
You know, that's 5 right there.
JT.
You're looking at JT. I didn't even think about JT Sanders. Jesus Christ, that's 6.
Yeah.
Then on the defense side of the ball, you got Sweat, you got Murphy, Ryan Watts, Jalen Catalon if he stays healthy, Jalen Ford. I mean, that's 11 folks. Alfred Collins if he has a breakout year, but I'm gonna knock on wood on that. Man, that's 11 to 12 people that can be drafted.
Did you say Jade Barron?
Man, Jade Barron.
Barron, you gotta add him in. You gotta add you literally have to think about a Gavin Holmes possibly. I don't know if you added him.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
It's
like
just
I know, like and like these are some of the like you get to fringe guys, like but like even like a Keelan Robinson, I could see a team like here's the deal. This is something that stood out to me with Keelan Robinson because we're literally talking about it right before I heard him say this. If you remember in the back channel, we were talking about Keelan Robinson. I was saying, hey, like guys, I think he has future as a special teamers, as a
oh,
special
yeah, he
teams team.
does. He does.
But it's you just have like something that stood out to me with Pat. I was listening to Pat McAfee show, and they were talking about how the guys that when they're in the training camp and it's 90 guys and they're trying to go down to 53. There are a handful of dudes. There's maybe 2 to 3 guys on the team that are in the lower 40 that are going to be they're in the cut part, and they realize they're in there, and they understand that the way that they're going to get on the team is they're going to go out there and they're going to be the best special teams player possible, and they're just going to commit to being the best. They're going to commit that 100%, and that's how they end up on a roster, and they're already ahead. They're weeks ahead of everybody else because they understand what they need to do.
Yeah.
That was a Brendan Schooler. That could be. We already see if you see the mentality that they have already, and you see that out of Keelan Robinson, I could see a team going, you know what, this is an elite special teams guy, who can also in an emergency time of need give me something out of the running back room, as a gadget guy, or whatever at the NFL level. I mean.
Yeah, it's possible. Hey, man, Schooler is getting the NFL check right now. I mean, just let that sink in. For
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not like, and we're talking like, and when I'm talking that, I'm talking like really late French guy, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's there.
he's
And
he's on a 53-man roster right now, going into his second or third year, right?
absolutely,
So
man.
craziness. I mean, he had the height, weight, and speed. I mean, and you know, a lot of heart, just like Keelan. I tell you what, man. When I was in school, and then, so this is gonna date people. I went to Texas from '01 to '05, right? And so, if folks don't know my background, I was the RA for the Texas, players, right? All the football players. And so I just remember those guys, man, like the best players were wanting to go play on special teams. Like that's how guys were making their names. Like Michael Griffin made a name as a freshman on special teams. Roy Williams wanted to go play special teams. I don't think Mac was letting that happen. But I mean, like your best players were fighting to go play on special teams. And Texas had a hell of a special teams unit, dude. So, I think that's where Texas is kind of going back now. Is you got guys like Keelan coming off the edge blocking punts. You got freshmen coming in. Yeah, man, he's a beast as well. You're gonna have freshmen coming in playing on special teams, like 5-star freshmen, probably like Derek Williams will probably be on special teams. I can see a guy like probably Samaje Burrell on special teams. Because most of your guys on special teams are going to be made up of wide receivers, cornerbacks, and linebackers, right? So, I can see guys like, if Manny Muhammad is not starting off top, I can see him making a difference on special teams because he's so long. You know what I'm saying?
And he's tackling
crazy,
well
man.
from Steve Sarkisian too, for his last
Yeah, man. Exactly.
And a name that I really, really cannot wait to like. I mean, this dude's going to be a freaking star at Texas. Is Jelani McDonald?
Yeah, I love him.
God, that dude. Because this is why like I think he's perfect for a special teams guy. What's up, Trent?
Yeah.
Is a man. I mean, you're talking about a dude that is like he's linebacker size and can cover wide. Can cover wide receivers, so that means he's got flexibility. He's got speed.
He's a freak, dude.
He's literally like it's just like he's one of these guys that like you just go like you see him live, and you're like, yeah, I'm a normal person. It's just like that. I forgot what being normal felt like for a little bit, and that's not normal, it's. And like that's the type of stuff that you want on special teams. I mean, it's like you said, like going back to the days like where the 05 team, you got Aaron Ross, you got Michael Huff, you literally have the best team, the best players.
That secondary, Texas is starting to get back there with the secondary. You got to look at that secondary. Terrell Brown, Aaron Ross, Michael Huff, Cedric Griffin, Michael Griffin. I mean, all those guys are draft picks. You look at Aaron Ross, Mike Griffin were first-round draft picks. Huff was a first-round pick. Terrell Brown would have been a second round pick easily, but he had some trouble at the end of his tenure there. But I think he had the longest career out of all of them. Who else did I say? Cedric Griffin. I think he was a second or third round pick. For the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. So he had a nice career too. I mean, it was stacked, man. They were stacked. And all that was coming after Rod Babers and them had left. So you had Babers left, Quinn Jammer left. Texas is starting to get back in there. Having Ryan Watts now, who's going to the league next year. Then Terrence Brooke, Manny Muhammad, Santana Wilson coming in next year. Dude, we got some talent, man. We got some talent.
I mean, especially in the defensive backfield. It's so...
Yeah. We got some talent.
And, it goes to show what Steve Sarkisian was talking about, where you got, and speaking of special teamers, guys like Keaton Crawford, I mean, the safety room went from, oh my goodness, to oh my God. Right? It was... And it really, what it hinged on was on guys like B.J. Allen, actually taking the next step, and because I know there were rumors and rumblings about not being happy and stuff, but with either their manufacturing stuff to try and keep him here, or he's going to end up playing for Texas and he's going to be pretty good. And you go to Derek Williams, who's looking good as well, that. And then if you have a Keaton Crawford who's playing at a legit backup level, right? And that this, we're talking about the bare minimum. I mean, you start to enter to 3 deep guys of it's there's so much talent back there that you're able to. This is where Steve Sarkisian is afforded to be able to have the mentality, to say, you know what, if you don't have the mentality right now, hey, you're not going to get as much playing time as these other guys that are really talented too, but they got the right mentality. I mean, but like you said with Manny Muhammad, that dude is just...
He's sick, dude. He's a freak.
Dude, imagine, I know I don't want to play the if. I hate playing the if game, but I just this makes you go man, if we had landed Taviano. Whew.
Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that one.
I mean, but it's just this defensive backfield is so just absolutely you got, and then you got Gilbo too down there.
Yeah, Jalen Gilbo. I mean, how did I forget?
I did. I'll tell you how you forgot it, because there's so many damn names to remember that it's hard. And we're going back to the old school days. Sorry. I'm just, you're going. Okay.
Yeah. So this reminds me of the old school days, man.
And that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Hey, great minds think alike, brother.
Yeah, man. It's
Oh my goodness, Quentin.
When the floor of your team is a guy who is a potential NFL prospect, that's when you're cooking, man. Texas's floor back in those days, he had guys just waiting to get in the field, man. Brown, man. Brown was waiting to get in the field after A. Ross and them came in. Shit, man. It was just jam-packed, dude. Aaron Williams was back there too as well. I mean, you just had some freaky athletes back there who were waiting. They were just waiting to get.
Quentin donated $2 through Super Chat. Dropping in to show some love. 12-0 coming.
Then having Jordan there as well, man, who was just waiting. Quan Cosby, all those guys were just waiting. And all those guys were draft picks. Offensive line was the same way. So fun story, man. Texas had a dude named Mike Williams on their team. Not the offensive lineman. That was picked second pick of the draft, third pick of the draft by the Bears. They had a defensive end.
Quentin donated $2 through Super Chat. Dropping in to show some love. 12-0 coming.
Dude played defensive end, but was just one of those athletes, dude, that was just dude could backpedal and cover in space, could rush the passer. He was just a hell of an athlete. I was talking to Tim Crowder about him about a year ago, and just how he might have been the best player on that defense, man. And he just didn't finish school, but he was an NFL talent. He was almost like your floor. That was the guy who was starting as a true freshman on those teams, man. They have so much talent. We had other guys, man. Eric Foreman was a quarterback in high school at the time. Comes to Texas. Mac moves him to linebacker as a freshman. He saw snaps as a freshman. Like, I think he started a game or two. Or, no, he was coming in to be the starter. But I think he wanted to go back to offense, so they moved him back to quarterback. But, yeah, just think about those times who was starting at linebacker. You would have had a true freshman starting next to Derek Johnson. So that tells you kind of the level of talent that they had. And at that time, we were winning like 10, 11 games a year. So, it was hard to get in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, it was
iron,
crazy.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, man. So to have a freshman come there and get snaps like that at that time is stupid crazy. Robert Timmons is another one, wide receiver out of Flower Mound, Texas, by way of where did Timmons go? He was at Roosevelt up in up in Oak Cliff, and he ended up going to Flower Mound his junior and senior year. But he was the guy that got snaps he started a couple games as a true freshman at wide receiver, and that's when we had Roy Williams, PJ, and Sloan Thomas, man. So I mean, it's crazy, man. That's the kind of talent Texas was bringing in, and I see it now. It's starting to happen like that now.
And I'm gonna put a pin in this real quick because I'm just gonna acknowledge this real quick. Thank you, Quentin. Thank you for that super chat. My first super chat. Yes, first super chat in Nash Talks Texas history. There we go, Quentin. That will go down in history. Now pulling the pin out of that. That was my whole point with the Jonte Cook. When I was telling people, hey, we might need to tap the brakes with Jonte Cook. Is there's so many NFL wide receivers on this team, and if you look at the history of teams that have had a ton of NFL talent, these freshman wide receivers, they don't play that often. But now that does not mean I'm ruling it out. It just all it means is that if Jonte Cook actually does indeed goes out there and has this big year that a lot of people are expecting and think that he could have, which he could have, it's 100% possible. But if he goes out there and has that year, like it is absolute wheels up, take off. Like this is happening. Jonte is that guy. Like this is it. This is the best wide receiver we've seen in Texas history, is what it is. And but no, and I'm not like, I don't say that lightly. It's like I'm telling, like he's like it, like he enters the territory of dudes that, like, rare level of dudes that it's not often that you get on a team that is this talented at wide receiver and you get significant targets. It doesn't happen often. And the reason why is because it's just like, this is what it happens much more in baseball, but this is what happens in the NFL. You have a young guy. When the young guy is outperforming people that are older than him, people pay the people that pay money, they pay attention. That's one of the biggest things to them. But to the opposite side, if he doesn't have that season, that does not mean he's not going to do anything. And that's my whole point with the thing is, like, people, if he does have that season, people just need to know, like, there's a lot of talent on this team.
Yeah, hey, you know what, man? I don't know. I think Jonte's gonna get some run, dude.
No, I think here's the deal, and especially if what happened today in the last scrimmage, and I think this is Trent. Let me see. Yeah, Trent, you're gonna have to take yourself off mute to be able to talk. But man, if guys keep dropping balls, yeah, Jonte's gonna get his run. I mean, like, this is I don't. There's not, like, when I say that stuff, it has nothing to go against the capability of him. It just goes against. I mean, here's the deal: if he has significant targets, it's coming out of somebody else's pocket. And like we were talking about earlier with the potential draft picks, there's a legit chance that Xavier Worthy gets drafted, JT gets drafted, Jordan Whittington gets drafted, AD gets drafted. That's 4 Texas receivers. That's a lot of draft picks. I mean, especially to come out of one room, it's absolutely, like, and you know what? If Jonathan Brooks has a year that I think he can have, and is going to have, yeah, that's a guy that goes in the 4th round, easily.
Yeah, you know what? I got a feeling Jay Bruce gonna have a hell of a season, and
Yeah.
you know,
You know I'm on that, Nino.
I've been telling people this, and it's not, look, we lost Bijan, we lost Rojo, probably our two most impactful players on offense last year, hands down. I don't even think it's close. You lost your team leader in Rojo, and then you lost your best player, one of the best players probably ever put on burnt orange, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
In a Bijan. But I said this in my video today too. Bijan and Rojo had to break a lot of tackles last year. They made the first person miss a lot last year. We had a young offensive line, right? We had Kelvin Banks Jr. starting as a true freshman, Cole Hudson starting, Hayden Conner starting as a sophomore. But this is his first year really starting. Majors and Christian Jones were still in the team. I think this line is just going to be more mature this year. We had a lot more penalties last year. Give me a second. Let me pull up these stats I pulled up, man. Last year, let me see. When it come to let's see offensive stats here, you guys got me pulling up stats. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah, no,
All right, so
they got me doing you got me doing the same thing, Nino. I'm doing the same thing.
so so in 2021, right, our offense had 33 penalties on offense. 2022 last year we had 44. We had a young offensive line. I think a lot of that was due to this offensive line being young. But on the flip side, um, we had 24 sacks in 2021. In 2022, we only allowed 17 sacks. So sacks went down. We had better coverage. We had better blocking from the offensive line. Quinn got more time. The guys were running a lot better. It was just the interior running was a little bit difficult for the guys. But I think that line matures. I think DJ is going to be a plus player. I think Hayden Conner having another year of experience, his strength is getting there. Them coupled with Majors, who's as smart as all that do, to be able to call the calls correctly, and then them. See, this is why we need continuity on the line. I think this is why it's going to help this year a lot. When they start just trusting and doing the process of what Majors is telling them, when the trust is there, I mean, this line's going to go crazy, man. So that's why I think Jonathan Brooks is going to have a really good season. I'm not saying it's going to be comparable to Bijan's, but I think as a conglomerate, I think we can have the same amount of rushing yards that we had this year with the tripod of guys that are going to be running the ball this year. So Brooks, Baxter, and Keelan, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a victim of this too. Like, or not, I'm not a victim, but I'm a perpetrator of this. Is what like I think a lot of times we get lost, like people get lost in trying to compare like a player to another guy. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this, and at the end of the day, it's just like Bijan was Bijan, right? Like, you could argue, like, there's a lot of people you could argue that we'd never even use, like, and this could also go to and Trent, I'll figure this out in a second. Man, it's just like you could argue, man, that just like Bijan, we never used him to his full potential at all.
Yeah, just think of Bijan. Just think what we could have done with Bijan his freshman year. I mean, he didn't get used his freshman year um, at all. It's so reminded me of Cedric Benson, man. Cedric Benson's freshman year. I remember like it was yesterday. It's on campus. Mac doesn't start him until after the Oklahoma game. I think we were starting Ivan Williams at the time from Cleveland, Texas. Ivan was a little bit bigger back at the time. But Cedric Benson was like the greatest running back to ever come out of Texas high school history and, broke every record nationally for yards, right? And when Mac finally played him, he never looked back. And it makes you kind of wonder what would have happened if Mac would have played Cedric from games 1 through 6, right? Like, what would Texas had done Cedric's first year if Mac would have played in those first 6 games? Um, but I think that's what happened with Tom Herman. And I know we had the Texas Tech incident where Bijan was like a scorpion and his whole body just bent over and went 8 different directions and he just hopped up like nothing was wrong. I mean, that was scary as hell. I thought his career was over, dude. When I saw that, and he hops
lot of
back
people
up, and
did.
then happens.
And then he just hops
And
up, jogs away, and he's like nothing happened. And then
that's
they're
it.
like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna make you sit out for precautionary reasons." But and you know,
I don't blame
I'd
him.
argue, I'd argue it's completely different with Tom Herman.
Yeah,
And this is where one of my biggest gripes comes from with Tom Herman is uh is that damn running back rotation, like the Kyle Hot Hand Porter, the hot hand. I mean, it just like Chris
Oh, yeah,
Warren was
Kyle
one of my
Porter.
favorite running backs that never did anything at the professional level, and it's literally all because like, excuse my language, but it's all because of fucking Tom Herman. Like I absolutely despise this dude. He like you when you got a running back that is that big. He's like, you know what? He was Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry was ever known to people. He was the big dude that could run fast, knock dudes over. He could move. He could do it all. He's out there having a 300-yard game. Oh, what are we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna limit your damn carries. We're gonna as soon as you get a good carry. I don't know where the term hot hand came from Tom Herman because he used the cold hand. If you had a hot hand, he took you out of the game. Bijan, and this is where I say it was different with Bijan. Sorry, I just got a little hot right there. But Tom Herman, it is the despise for Tom Herman runs deep. Despise for Tom Herman runs deep in my blood. But when you got a guy like Bijan Robinson, and I understand, we actually talked about this with you got Keontae Ingram is a good back. You just saw what he was doing in the NFL preseason. He's a good back. He's not bad. But I'll get that fixed, Trent. But there's a difference between Bijan Robinson and Keontae Ingram. And when Bijan Robinson has a good run, the reaction is not to take him out of the game. And then also, you don't give running backs carries in spurts of 2 to 3. Because as soon as they start to get into a rhythm, he pulls them out and yanks them away. It infuriated me so much because like if it was like the West Virginia run, if we should have, I actually think no shit, I think Tom Herman pulls him out after that run. I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure. I'm like dead sure that he. I'm gonna go look at that. You just go on and start talking about something else for a second. I'm gonna piss myself off real quick. I hate Tom Herman, so I'm not gonna do
that's
it.
funny.
Oh,
Hey Nash, I'm gonna give you a question here, man.
mm-hmm.
Over under, Texas running backs combined go for 2,600 yards this year. Over under.
Ooh, damn. That's a.
So the
You
only
know
reason
what?
I
Hold
asked
on. I'm gonna answer this real quick before you say so. Trent just said over. Yeah, I'm going with the over, and I'll tell you why. It hinges on two things. One, I think Jonathan Brooks is gonna have over 1,500 yards easily. Okay. Two, like this is where I say like Jonathan Brooks. Like people, I got a lot of faith. This is the thing that I fucking hate about Texas fans. Excuse my language again, but is like. How can I just be positive about a guy that's been on roster senior and like is like looking pretty good, but just because we got a 5-star running back, I can't do that. No, you know what? Hey, Cedric Baxter's that I almost call him Cedric Brooks, but Cedric Baxter's that dude. Okay, and I think that he could easily get into the 1,000-yard range, and you combine that with 1,500 yards. Yeah, I'm taking the over.
Ooh, okay. I only say that because Bijan and Roshan last year, well, not just Bijan and Roshan, but the team as a whole last year rushed for 2,600 yards. It's like 2,608 yards. So in the previous season, they rushed for, let's see, hold on. In the previous season, they rushed for, oh, damn it. I got the wrong stats pulled up. 2,536 yards. So so they've kind of teetered in that 2,500 to 2,600 range as a team. But the crazy part about it is we finally like unleashed Bijan last year, right? Roshan had a hell of a season too as a compliment back. This is where this is my thing. it's going to be hard to get, I think, to 2,600. I think we're around 25. Um, I think the team's going to be way too explosive on the offense side of the ball, passing the ball. I say this too, Nash, because like last year, dude, we were, as far as a team that's explosive, like in the passing game, right? And I say, like, those are plays, passing plays that are 20 yards or more, right?
Well, 20-yard or more plays score by far the most frequently. But go on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take it away.
Yeah. No. But look here, passing last year, um, we dropped like 4.5%. So like in 2021, when Casey Thompson was the starter, Texas had an explosive play rate. 16.6% of their pass plays were completions that were 20 yards or more. Last year it was 12%, right? So it was like we had a deep dive down, man. And crazy part about it is when Casey Thompson was a quarterback, right? 62, plays that were explosive passing plays. We only had 372 passes. Last year, we had 51 plays that were, XP plays out of 423 passes. So we had a higher sample size and less explosive plays. But, of course, we had the injuries. I think if Nayer's there, dude, I think all that shit's erased. I think we're hovering around 15%, XP rate. I think we have a lot more plays that are just explosive because we needed somebody to help take the coverage off of Worthy. Once they figured out that nobody could take the top off the defense, it was a wrap. So I think Texas has a great shot this year, man. You have Worthy, 80 Mitchell's going to go deep. I think Whittington's going to clean it up in the middle. And then I'm telling you, man, I think Jonte Cook's going to clean up too. I got a feeling he's going to clean up too this year.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, Trent?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
bet. Okay, cool.
I'm put
What's
a
up,
meme
Nino?
on there for you, Nino, in a second on the screen. I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
up, Trent?
literally what you just said. Yeah, what's up, Trent?
Not much, man. Not much.
Long journey to
dude.
get you on here.
Yeah, no, I just had to like restart the Discord. For some reason, it wasn't recognizing it.
Oh, all good, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
no, it's been fun for the past 10 minutes. I saw it pop up and I was like, I gotta jump in here because we ain't got poker night going.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I need to get that going. I did.
Hey, but not to stop you, Nash, but no, Nino, what I was thinking more in line, you were asking about 2,600, right?
Yeah.
So how many times were Bijan and Roshan having to make their own holes, and how much do you think the improvement of the offensive line this year? Because to be real honest, I think you're looking at Jonathan Brooks as the bell cow, and then you're looking at Baxter as the change of pace, and he's just now starting to get that grown man shit to him. He's starting to break tackles now. But yeah, I mean, like, I truly do. I think Jonathan Brooks. I think he's waited his time. He's paid his dues. And according to a lot of people that I've talked to, he took his off season very, very seriously, and he looks like a grown ass man now.
He's big too now.
I'll say this: I got to see Jonathan Brooks. I got to talk to him real quick for a second when we did the fan meet and greet spring game deal from not this last year but the year before. And I don't know if you see the meme on the screen, but Jonathan Brooks, he's a guy that I didn't think he was that big. That dude's big, and if he got bigger, that's a big dude.
Hey, quick question: if I turn back on the YouTube to where I can see you, can I still talk to the Discord?
Yeah,
as long as you don't leave the Discord, I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna try it real quick just to see.
At the end of the day, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and Nino aren't that pretty. Nino's not on the screen, but I'm not that pretty. I'm not beautiful.
No. I wanted to see the meme that you had up there.
I just dropped it down.
Yeah, okay. All right. We'll be great in the deep game. We're quiet to go back. He's gotten worse in Casey. Oh shit! Yeah, throw that bitch out the car.
I mean, we got worse with yours than with Casey. It was like Nino said, it was like we're expected to be like a guarantee to go earlier, and Nino, you were talking about the offensive line. I have this up. This is why I'm like, if you look at Kyle Flood, okay, every year with Kyle Flood, he's gotten better. His offensive line's gotten better. Every single year, whether he's a head coach or offensive line coach, whatever you want to put it as. And also look at how bad Texas was before. Like,
yeah,
we had our first competent offensive line year pass blocking wise with Kyle Flood.
Yeah, we were definitely a hell of a lot better than pass pro last year than we've ever been in quite a while.
Well, and we were better in run blocking before, but and like I mean, there's obviously, I mean, guys like Sam Cosme have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sam was on the team. No.
Dude, I'm kind of rethinking this, man. You know what? 2,600 yards, bro. I think
2,600 is a unit. I think is fully attainable. I think JB all-purpose is going to get close to 1,800.
I was just going off rushing, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was going. The 26 was off rushing for me when I said over.
Yeah. So we'll wait. I mean, I think Nino had the stats.
Yeah, Nino was saying something.
What did Bijan have just rushing last year?
Last year, hold on, let me pull it up. Bijan,
it was like 15 or something like that, 16.
Yeah, it was like right at 15.
I was gonna say it was right at about that. And that was honestly, with him creating his own damn holes. And I mean, just think about this. Like, what did he have? Like 27 yards during the TCU game?
Yeah, he had 1,580, almost 1,600 yards by himself last year.
Yeah, and you're talking about at TCU, we never ran the ball to the left side in fear of Kelvin Banks getting hurt for whatever his injury was. We were just every running play was to the right, getting stuffed like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, man, because I look at last year. Last year was rough, too, because teams knew that we couldn't pass the ball like we wanted to because we didn't have our weapons. So I think that clogged up the running lanes, too, as well. But Bijan had...
It definitely did.
Yeah, he had 1,580, averaged 6.1 yards a carry, 19 catches, 314 yards. And then Rojo came in, another 554 yards, 6 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns, 14 catches for 128 yards. This is what's going to get me. I don't know if Jonathan Brooks gets 1,580. I don't think he gets that number. I think he's going to come in less because I think Cedric Baxter's going to have a hell of a first year. I got a feeling he's going to go for.
So, do you think we're talking about two very, very close to 1,000-yard rushers?
I'm going to say Cedric Baxter. I'm going to say 750.
700?
Yeah. I'm thinking 7. Just to
because he's definitely going to be a between the tackle guy.
Sides of the over and under. We're not too far away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not too
far.
I
mean, like, see here's why I have a lot of faith in Jonathan Brooks is when I was looking at I was trying to compare. I wouldn't say like how good Roschon Johnson and Bijan Robinson were to the rest of the nation. And there was one stat that was consistent with every good running back, and it was missed tackles forced per carry.
Hey, and you want Nash? You want my take on that?
Here, hold on, wait one second. But if you force a high number of missed tackles forced per carry, the higher you are, typically the better you are in all these other categories. And Jonathan Brooks is up there. I mean,
okay. Here's my take on it though. What I see a lot of in Jonathan Brooks, and I watched him a lot at Hallettsville, is the dude never loses straight line speed without he's not shifty. He has that Jamal Charles bend to him to where he
I
doesn't lose
disagree
that
with that.
straight
I
line
disagree.
speed.
Like, well, hold on. I'll say he's not shifty like a. He's not like a Barry
He's
Sanders.
not.
But
Yeah,
like
he's not a twitchy
this.
back.
I've said this very consistently with like Nino's heard me say it a lot of times in the back chats, back channels, and all that stuff. Jonathan Brooks, watching him run, it's like a ballerina. It's literally like watching a choreographed dance. There's a Hollywood director. He wants to make a Hollywood run, and they practiced this. He was like, you know what? You're gonna hit right here. You're gonna do a spin, and it's gonna look so cool. But we just gotta practice this every single. Like we're gonna practice this run 100 times so we get the perfect one. And that's his first. That's his first run. It's like it's literally like he has eyes out of every single side of his head. He knows exactly where people are on the field, and the reason why I was saying I had an issue with the shiftiness thing is there's literally a run where he just stops and then he goes, you know what, I need to move to the right just a little bit because that's where the open space is about to be, and I'm gonna hit the gas pedal again and I'm gonna take off running.
But see, that's where you remember how Bijan used to dance a lot to try and find his hole? Like, there is none of that with Jonathan Brooks. Like, Jonathan Brooks finds his hole and he fucking goes.
I mean, honestly, the guy that like I'll say this, like as far as like smooth running, yeah, he reminds me of like running style, like the smoothness. He reminds me of Jamal Charles, but the guy that reminds me the most of Jamal Charles, and obviously it's the speed, is Keelan Robinson. Because Keelan Robinson, he's that guy that like when the hole opens, he hits it and he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
like you're not touching him.
I didn't see it with the size comparison on him. That's the only reason why I didn't say that.
Yeah, hey man, you look, AC was a different animal though. Look, I compared Jonathan Brooks to Jamal Charles, not for playing ability, but for the simple fact that this had Cedric Benson, right? Benson gets drafted, goes to the league. Then it's like, oh my God, we just lost one of the best running backs in the history of the program. What are we going to do? And not only that, we just missed out on Adrian Peterson too. What are we going to do? We had this little guy named Jamal Charles who came in and kicked ass.
You know, that is actually a really good comparison right there. As
Yeah,
far as like
but
that,
I mean, like,
role-wise.
we missed on the AP, but then said went on and won the Doak, and then weren't a natty right after. So, like, I'm not real disappointed.
Oh, I'm talking about at the time.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we were shitting bricks at the time. Yeah, you know, Adrian Peterson was an athlete that could have played in the pros his freshman year of college. He was that damn good. But I like Jonathan Brown's running style to maybe like a TJ Yeldon. I've been watching a lot of TJ Yeldon lately. Like just to see how he runs, and I'm telling you, he's a one cut get in there. But once he gets that cut in, and he's 1-on-1 with a linebacker, it's like Nash says, he's like a ballerina. He just makes the prettiest spin move, or juke to the left or right, makes somebody miss, and he's to the house.
It's just so smooth, man.
Smooth.
Yeah,
he was
and
smooth. It was more
that's
violent.
more or less what I was talking about with JB. Is like JB, like what Nash was talking about with his vision. He sees the guy coming and he knows where he's gonna plant his foot, and all he does, like, it's not even a shift, it's not a juke, it's just like a small bend to his motion, and he never loses that straight line speed.
Well, and honestly, that's one of the things that gives me the most faith in Jonathan Brooks having this year is his vision. That's if there's one trait, if you could give me one trait. Like I don't get to choose any other traits. They're all random after this, but I get one trait that's a state. Like I know that I'm getting this. I want vision.
Great vision. I think another good comp for him. You know, so somebody put this on my channel like this morning, and it was Le'Veon Bell. He's very patient. Very patient. Mm-hmm. Once he gets the hole, is bam, he's there. He knows what he's going to do. No playing around. He's there. Sam?
I think man, honestly, if you could combine, man, Le'Veon had some hands. I was so unfortunate to see how that career ended because, I think a lot of people got that he got a lot of flack for sitting out and all that stuff, and man, he just became a villain, and I thought that was bad for him, but he didn't deserve that, man.
Yeah. What? I know not everybody's a Cowboys fan, but what about what Deuce Vaughn is doing in preseason, man?
Man, Deuce is loose, bro. That
Deuce is loose.
Motherfucker. I don't think they know what to do with him because he's so tiny.
Let's try and keep this video monetized, Trent. Okay, let's try and keep this video monetized. I know I let a couple fly earlier, but that's because we're talking about Tom Herman. And you know what? It's my channel. I got the authority.
Yeah.
Okay,
No. My bad.
You're good, bro.
I forgot this ain't a space. My bad.
He's on this Coley Cole shit.
No. I stay out of cold spaces right now just because I don't like all the yelling and all the stuff.
Oh no.
Like,
hold on, hey, y'all. Look, Trent, I love you, but y'all got to go listen to Cole Spaces. Cole's got the best spaces in town. Yeah, Cole's moving.
But dude, I don't like the drama. Like, I get why people going.
Yeah.
I get why people go in Cole's spaces, because Cole, he has enough medication or enough brain power to be able to listen to the stuff. But like me, it just instantly makes
Cole's different, bro. Cole.
Yeah.
Hey, no, if you ever want to understand CCTs and these special operator dudes, because that's what he's like. People wonder. You watch these Navy SEAL documentaries, and you're like, how the hell do they got the energy to do this stuff? There's just different human, and Cole is one of those dudes. I'll be like, how are you up all this time? It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And that's why, I'll jump in a space, and then, you got Reese or House or Boog or just whoever it is. And then, even a big homie space, and everybody's just yelling at each other. And it's there's no talking actual football. And I'm just I can't take it. I got to turn it off right now.
Well,
I can't take it.
That's just because there's a lot of pent up energy. But speaking of pent up energy, I actually have a little announcement to make. If you've seen this big announcement, there's a big announcement coming. It's coming right now.
Let's go.
Ooh, that's the wrong screen right there. A little embarrassing. All right, everybody. The Nash Talks Texas Patreon. Got a new Patreon. All right.
Patreon. So I'm not on Patreon. That. You gotta indulge me in it.
It is $7 a month. Now here's the deal. I had people last year. They asked me. They're like, "Hey Nash, we want to be able to support you." Well, this is how the Patreon, $7 a month. I'm not gonna now. Every play videos. Sorry, there's a moth. Good thing y'all can't see it. I'm over here spazzing. $7 a month is you're not gonna the every play videos. Those stay free. I wanna clarify. Those will stay free for the end of time. Okay, but I'm gonna provide extra stuff. I'm advanced statistics that you get nowhere else. I'm gonna pass this off to another person talking in here about some statistics. Let him plug something that he's got working on. Individual player film profiles updated weekly. So what I'm talking about is these every play videos, on each individual player, all gonna be in there. You get the Patreon members get to decide which players get done first, and then other fan requested videos, and then obviously more stuff to come as I think about it. But
so you mean I get to call drop passes and false starts from a center?
Yeah, if they're, I will go find every single drop pass from
joking,
the center.
I'm joking, dog.
Every pass that Jake Majors has dropped, I will find it. I promise you, and it's not going to take long. that's not one long.
Oh man, yeah.
But so Nino, I'm not sure if I'm jumping the gun or anything. If I am, you can just tell me to shut up. But is there any special announcement you want to make, or?
Yeah, so you guys know I do the halftime shows. Um, so I'm gonna do a live show like normal, like I always do during the games, for the 20 minutes. But I'm gonna do it similar to this. It's gonna be like a call-in number, so that you can call in and we can just talk, kind of like Paul Feinbaum kind of thing, right? Like basically during halftime of the games and get crazy during the halftime and talk shit and everything. So
Oh, I was thinking long statistics. That's great. I heard something brand new too. So hey, here first.
Hey,
that's
Nino, are you still trying to do your thing with what you were talking about, trying to spotlight kids that don't necessarily get attention?
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm still doing that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be shooting you over some stuff. I'm going to film practice tomorrow for my alma mater, Italy, and I'm doing a hype video for them. Kind of starting the season. Um, and then I've been working like crazy trying to get sideline credentials for
Hey, what's
a
up,
bunch
John?
of different games.
What's up, John? I can talk, but they can't hear me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm jumping into. So
Yeah, I got
y'all
Nino
be on
over
the
here.
lookout
Nino's a
for
great
my
dude.
stuff
Nino's
too.
a great dude.
And basically,
Shout out Nino
I'd love it
forever.
if I don't want to steal y'all show or nothing, but like if you'll just let me shoot you my videos, and y'all use them and just at least credit me in the video, I'd very much appreciate it.
All right, man. Yeah, send them over.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of great stuff coming from Nino. Stay plugged in from that because like I said, a lot of good stuff. I'm excited for this year, man. It's gonna be a good year for all of us.
Be a great year, man. Be a great year.
Absolutely.
Man, I know everybody wants to, and it's like Briscoe said a few weeks ago, and I was talking about it a few months back. I was like, Texas, USC, and the granddaddy of them all, 20-year anniversary for a natty. But I'm like, how about we do it this year first, and then we'll do that next year? Like, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, but I might buy a few gallons.
He's going for the corner.
I'm looking.
You say something, Trent?
Yeah, I heard that one.
Hey, by the way, we're talking about Jamal and Keelan. This is the only appropriate sound for this.
Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed.
Hey, do you got the sound clip from when well, I know we ended up losing it, but do you got the sound clip from what was it? It was the Red River game, Xavier Worthy's first year. That little bubble screen where he took it to the house. Man, that announcement was amazing. And it was like, "You are not gonna catch him."
Oh, that's the OU game?
Yeah, the first year that we had Worthy. Yeah, very first play, and he took it like 87 yards.
Hey, Trent.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, I'll add that in, bro. Bro, yeah. Hey, yo, I forgot about these. Hey, speaking of the OU one. And then, hey, real quick before I'll stop after this one, but this is a shout out to our boy Jonzo Ball, Locked on Longhorns, one of the best hosts out there.
It's Michael Taft, played a lot of minutes, bless his heart.
That's one of my dude. Nino, that's one of my Nino. That will forever be one of my favorite clips ever on dude. I swear, I could make it to a legit production of ESPN. I'll be like, look, hey, I gotta be able to play this clip whenever I want to. And you know what? Here's the deal. I will say this, Michael Taft, Nino can attest this. I've spoken nothing but highly of your name. I am a big fan of you. There's certain activity. Yeah, I am a big fan of Michael Taft. Yes, sirree, I am. But that clip is funny.
Yeah, it definitely is funny, man. But I mean, like everybody wanted to talk so much trash on him last year, but I'm like, dude, you're going from walk on to scholarship.
I mean, to Nino's point earlier, just the talent that we have back there now. If a Taft is on the field,
yeah, okay, we got problems.
Either that, either we got problems or dude's balling out.
Yeah, one of the two. I hope it's the second one, because I really do want to pull for the kid.
I mean, it's just look. There's look. I'm sorry, Michael. There's too much. Like to what Nina was saying earlier, we're going back to the old days of like this feels like the Dwayne Aquino days. Okay, and by the way, look at
Yes, sir.
I went to this is now. I can't. No, I can't say what I was about to say on air. I'll get sued for bad haircut. But
well,
yeah,
just kind of like beat around
I'm
the
on my
bush.
clean years right now. I love my short haircuts.
Dude.
All right, well,
I'm not gonna say where I got the haircut from though.
Look. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not rocking a mullet. I used to have a mullet, but now my hair's just long as all get out. So
Trent got them locks. Well, yeah.
yeah,
Going back
I got them long, luscious locks.
Going back to the Aquino days where you can just have anybody play any position, move 'em around.
Like all I'm saying is they should get me for a Head and Shoulders commercial with like Troy Polamalu.
No, hey, it's now Patrick Mahomes. No, step aside, Troy.
All right, well, it's Mahomes. I literally just bought me some new Head and Shoulders today, so you know they need to hit me up. Go ahead and add them for me.
Well, hey, Head and Shoulders, you're watching this stream. Hit Trent up. His inbox is open.
Yeah, DMs are always open.
DMs are always open. Well, you know what? It's getting close to the midnighticals.
Are we doing Sark After Dark?
Don't ask me. Is Sark doing Sark After Dark? That is not up to me, man. Sark, I'll keep this thing going as long as people are willing to talk.
I'm definitely up to talk. You know, I don't know about Nino, but
Nino's been on here. Hey, shout out Nino. He's been on here for over an hour. Appreciate Nino.
Yeah, I mean, you still got people in the chat.
Yeah, there's still some chats going down. Club going up on Tuesday, almost. It's almost Tuesday. Some little birthday action tomorrow.
Dude, Jonathan Brooks, man, I'm watching his every clips, man. I just gotta watch him again. Dude runs violent, man. He's gotten way more violent over the last year, as far as
and
violent,
the one thing I'll say,
violent, smooth,
the one thing I'll say, you know, like go back and watch Jonathan Brooks highlights from Hallettsville and look at where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you're talking about a kid that almost set the state. Well, did he? Was that like fourth?
Hey, no moths will fly through this house. No fly zone. Top Gun, baby.
You know, I got down to see Kobe Black in that scrimmage against who was it? Lorena.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch right there, dude. Kobe Black put on some size since last year.
Was he about 205 now?
Yeah, bro. Like he's literally like where Jelani was coming from junior to senior year. Like it's almost like they're mimicking whatever they did with Jelani to Kobe. It's nuts.
And hey, Nina, we got a couple questions in the chat. Okay, so question 1. I'll answer first, and I want to hear what you have to say. Got a question, guys. If Ewers goes down from injury, do y'all want to see Murph or just roll the true freshman? I have a feeling that Nino will have the same opinion that I do. Give me Malik Murphy. Give me Malik Murphy. I want to see that. Yes, I want to see Malik Murphy playing.
Okay. I want to see Malik. And well, no, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. Yeah, it's Malik Murphy.
I
I'm not
thought you were
gonna
about to
sit here
say
and
you
move
want to
on.
see Arch, bro. I was about to say, like, when you said change your mind, I was like, Jesus.
That
So,
that is
hey,
that
Nino,
is
what are
that
your
is
thoughts, bro?
Oh, it's got to be Murphy, man. Look, man, I did a whole video about this. The thing that I do not want to see Texas have to do is have to depend on a true freshman to come save the team and be Superman at
thank
quarterback.
And
God. I
that's
don't
what the
want to see
Mannings didn't
Gary.
want. That's one of the reasons why they chose Texas too.
Yeah, I do not want to see Arch have to come in and save the team as a true freshman. Texas fans have a very short memory. We've done this in the past. I mean, hell, Quinn was a true freshman if you want to really think about it last year. Yeah, he reclassified, but he didn't even play ball his freshman year at Ohio State. He got COVID. He got no snaps. He comes to Texas, his first real year of playing. I mean, just go look at the true freshmen that have played. We had to force Shane to come and play. We had to force Sam to play. You know what I'm saying? We had to force
Like
Tyrone Whoops to play. I mean, think
Which
about this.
Shane was a hell of a freshman, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
everyone's looking at these scrimmage reports and they're like, "Oh my God, a 50-plus touchdown run from Arch Manning," and it's like, bro, I'm not buying that right now.
Yeah, it was a 50-yard run, but I guarantee you, everybody was told if you sneeze on him, your scholarship's pulled.
Yeah, hey, Nino, it was
Yeah,
like Mo Blackwell. He did not move a muscle. He said, "No way, no way." He said, He
because
said, "My mama told me you got a good thing going. You got a good academic scholarship there. You do not mess that up and hit Arch."
we all know damn good and well Mo Blackwell could have chased him down.
Oh, Mo Blackwell put he'll put the hit stick on. He doesn't care, and it actually goes to show he's got some really good awareness because
Wait,
he laid Worthy
who
out.
was the hit?
Worthy out.
Yeah, he laid. Oh yeah, that's what it was
And speaking of Worthy,
last fall game. Gee,
so
that
Nino,
was
question number
bad.
2. Thank you from John and Robert. Great question right there. Obviously, getting some good conversation, but we're moving on to the John because I don't want to skip John. It's John Johnson. Nino Nash, are you liking Worthy or AD's moves better? I just think AD is more fluid. I think Nino will have an interesting take on this, but my take is going to be that. And hold on, Trent, 1 second. My take is that Worthy, we didn't get to see him use his moves to the full extent and full advantage that he can, display. He gets there's I don't think there's a wide receiver in college football that can get separation like Xavier Worthy can. I just don't he has I think there's actually very few wide receivers in the NFL that probably can get the separation that Worthy can. He's elite with it, elite. Now
The ball.
it was this last year where, like Nino said, you're using Worthy on routes that Nair should be running, and I think when we see Worthy running these routes, you're going to see it. Gotta change the screen. My bad for dropping the full government there, John. But yeah, I think when you see it, you're gonna see that Worthy is better, but it has no that's not an indictment on AD. I just think that's just how special Worthy is. And what were your thoughts, Nino?
Man, those are
We'll get you Trent
Nino
after.
go,
We'll
and
get
then
you. We'll get you after. We'll get you after Nino, Trent.
that's all
I got
Worthy. Worthy gets the best separation of anybody in the conference by far. One of the best in the nation. Worthy, Worthy's problem last year, he was open. He just had a broken hand. I mean, those are reports coming out. He had a broken hand. So, I mean, he was open. I mean, go back and look at that Washington game. I mean, he dropped 2 touchdowns in that game. He was open. He was 3 yards behind the defense. Even against Alabama last year, he had a diving catch and he was there. He was behind the defense. Quinn, I think, overthrew him just a pinch. Um, Worthy
or
gets open.
Oklahoma mistake to win the game.
Yeah, Worthy gets open. That's not the problem at all. And I'm telling you, he's gonna have a bounce back year this year, folks. I mean, book it. He's gonna have a bounce back year. He could have easily had 1,000 yards last year if he caught the balls that he dropped. This year, I'm looking at Worthy getting about 1,000 and a good
Yeah.
1,000. You know
So
what I'm
my
saying?
question to both of y'all is, are you playing AD field side and Worthy on boundary, or what are you doing?
No, you gotta play Worthy on the field, man. I think so.
I don't know. I think Worthy would take less pressure playing field side, being able to do those deep crossers and or pick routes, things of that nature, to where you can get him in the open field. Because with a guy like AD or Nayor, they're going to be your 50-50 guys. They're going to be the guys that bail Quinn out on a bad throw. Like, Worthy has not proven to me that he can bail Quinn out.
I mean, honestly, I just whatever it is, wherever you have Worthy, I just want to make him cuts. Like because that, like I was saying about the movement, there's just not a dude that can cut like he can. And actually, there is a guy, and his name's Malik Muhammad, and it's special. It's special. I'm very well. I'm willing to say that I don't think I saw a single defensive back play Xavier Worthy the way that Malik Muhammad did during the spring game. And if there's one thing I care about during spring games, it's wide receivers wide receivers running routes and DBs covering them, and can the quarterback deliver? That's it.
What about the separation that Jonte Cook's shown so far?
Man,
I think he's a Worthy 2.0.
That dude came in ready. Like Margin Hooks, when he said, "My guys come in ready," he meant it.
They all do come in. I mean, look at Nair. Nair was ready. And this is amazing. Is we've had Nair's been more healthy to this point. Hold on, let me rephrase this. We've had Nair for a longer period in the off season than we did last year. Last year was week 1, boom, gone. Now it's like it's getting real. It's getting real. Like that we're going to have all these dudes out there. And it's like,
and then let's not even bring up what you have on the outside and what you're trying to cover. And what does Sark like to do? He likes to hit JT Sanders right over the middle. And tell me how many safeties or linebackers can match up with him.
You know,
not many. They gotta be some pretty special ones. And so here's the deal. I think this is also one reason why we want to see a Malik Murphy behind a Quinn Ewers. But I think this is a great point, Robert. I think this is like one of the missing steps for Quinn Ewers. Is like because there's a difference between cockiness and confidence. It's a fine line. It's a very fine line. But ultimately, the players they can overlap too, right? You can have a guy that's very confident in his ability, and he's cocky, and for good reason. It's like the what's his name? Keith Jackson said, well, they've got a right to be cocky, the way he said it. Well, like Robert said, the best quarterbacks that we've had, James Brown, VY, Colt, they all have that swag. I think that, that swag comes from playing with being confident in your ability, You don't want to be that guy that's out there talking all that mess and then, for lack of better words, gets, I was about to bring up some bad memories from a certain defensive back, but I'm not going to do it. You know what? Screw it. It gets hurdled at the 40-yard line by BYU. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you leave yourself open to those things and at the end of the day, Dylan Haynes had the best season that we've had from a defensive back picking on the ball off. So, Dylan Haynes, he is a clapback, but man, it's just that swag. If we see that swag out of Quinn, man, that's going to tell me all that I need to know.
Yeah, but it was so unfortunate that wasn't a dirty hit from Dallas Turner. Quinn left his feet. He was confident in what you were calling his ability.
And what's up, Colton? How you doing, man?
I don't think you ever saw him confident again until Washington.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he was confident versus Oklahoma. I think.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think that if there's one throw that like shows how confident he was, it was the throwaway. He just he put that thing up and he didn't care if it was getting out.
What was the one pass during that Red River game where like I'm talking about he layered it so perfect, and I think it
Jordan
was to
Whittington.
either
To Whittington.
yeah, it was to
It was to
Whittington.
Whittington. It was just past it. Like I mean, that was a beautiful, and it was one of those. It was just unfortunate. You couldn't put blame on either one, but
You
it
can't
was just
teach that.
no, you can't. And like
I'm- Shit.
actually, for all y'all, the first post up there on my Patreon is the Quinn Ewers all the deep passes, and that's all 25+ yard air yard passes, and like I mean, it's just it's special. His intermediate game is special, and that's why like I want Worthy running intermediate routes. I want him making cuts. I want him open because Quinn Ewers, when he's throwing those passes, is insanely accurate. And like Nino said, when you have guys taking, like when you have a Nair out there, when you have a JT, when you have an AD, when you have a Jonte Cook, when you have a Jordan Whittington, like when you add all these guys together, who are you leaving open? There's somebody. And that's what it comes down to for me is with Quinn Ewers is like at this point, like Steve Sarkisian's offenses, and it was there last year, they all have everybody's open. There's not everybody's open. Somebody's open every single play. Every single play there's someone open.
But the problem with that is I feel like Quinn and Worthy, whether it was a so-called first read or whether it was forced, it just happened too much.
Hey, John, that's what I think about Oklahoma. OU sucks, all right? Bunch of suckers.
Yeah.
Bunch of
take that, write it down.
John's saying
write it down
that
and take a picture.
John's saying that he thinks that the gap is bigger now, and I agree, John. And you know what? Here's the deal: is really this is the hard truth. Hard pills to swallow is that Oklahoma they had a pretty good lead on Texas for a long while after 2009, and it's the fact that even Texas has a lead now shows how far the gap has gone. But I mean, OU has a chance to go sideways this season.
Have y'all seen the boards already talking about if OU can bring Josh Heupel back? And I'm like, what are you talking about? You screwed that guy.
I haven't. I don't pay attention to those dudes. Look. Yeah, message boards can get a little wild sometimes. But
yeah, no doubt.
And then let me see. Best hands in the running back room, Jonathan Brooks. I don't agree with that. I'm a giant Jonathan Brooks guy. I don't think he's got the best hands. I think that's got to go to either Keelan Robinson or Jaden Blue.
Yep.
What are your thoughts, Nino? I think it's Blue.
I probably Blue. I like Blue a lot. I think Blue's kind of
flying under the radar right now,
yeah,
which isn't a bad thing.
Also,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and also when you look at what he's going to do too is depending on how everything shakes out this year, if Brooks has a hell of a season, running backs only have so many hits in them, so if he has a hell of a season, it would definitely be to his advantage to leave.
It's portal time.
And no portal time.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's portal time for him right now, but I'm saying.
No. I mean, if he has a good season, it's time to go to the league, not portal. League.
Oh no, I
JV,
I don't think Brooks goes to the league this year.
Yeah,
I think he leads us into the SEC.
Look, if he has over 1,000 yards, he's going. Because
Very well
he's
could
he's
be,
gonna
but...
because he's gonna get on an NFL team. is why. He's going to get picked.
But I mean, I think even if he goes over 1,000 this year, I mean, you're probably talking about 3rd round.
It was just perfect.
No. I honestly think like his ceiling is 3rd round. I mean, he'd have to like I'm talking like Heisman season would have to have that to go to the 2nd.
Yeah.
And
that's
like I mean like
why
and this is an insane amount of realism coming from me. Nino's probably shocked right now. That's why Nino's laughing. He knows that he's seen the takes I've had. He's seen my takes behind the scenes, and he's realizing that there's a camera in front of me, there's a mic, things are on record. No, I'm kidding, but I like to hold myself accountable. I like I said, I may or may not put in that group chat that Jonathan Brooks is going to have a longer, better career than Bijan Robinson. I don't know who said that. I don't know who said what, but basically, Jonathan Brooks, I think his ceiling is 3rd round. But it's like I think there's a look. I think he's going to do it. So that's what I'm going to say is likely. I think it's likely he goes 4 to 6 because he had.
But the only reason why I think he stays is because we're going to give him that NIL money to lead us into the SEC. We need him for that.
I'll tell you why he doesn't stay.
Okay, what you got?
Well, you know what? Nino's got the names on the top of his head. I got one of them. His name is Corian Gibson. No, not Corian. No, God. You know what? I am not a good. That's a defensive back. No, we got. There's a recruit, Gibson. Jarrett Gibson.
Please
and then
do
there's
not say
one.
Jarrett. No, hell
and then
no.
Clark.
Christian Clark.
Okay, Christian Clark. Yeah.
No, hold on, Trent. Just hold on, Trent. So the reason why I'm saying this is because the main name is his name's called Cedric Baxter. It's like that's the main reason why he's gonna be gone. It's just like, look, there's two, like what Tashard Choice is doing at Texas. First off, should concern us because if he keeps this up, he ain't gonna be here long. You know.
Nope.
Unless we find a way to promote him or something like that, to like offensive coordinator or something like, and we say, hey, Kyle Flood, can we make you assistant head coach or something like, and drop the offensive coordinator tag because we got to find ways, you know.
I'll find ways to pay that man.
You know what? Honestly, if we keep seeing improvement from Kyle Flood, if he gets us to a top 10 offensive line,
I think
just screw all the tags. Just literally pay him low head coach money to just be an offensive line coach and just be like, hey, just keep us like an NFL offensive line, please. You know.
Hey, but look, there's a reason why CDC just got his extension too.
Yeah, CDC going on the ticker. Shout out my first ticker. Learning things, but yeah, CDC getting an extension. That hey, well earned, well earned.
Well, very well earned.
Yep.
All the hires that he's made throughout, I don't care what sport it is, he's put all of them back on the map.
It goes beyond the hires because honestly, the hires at the end of the day, it's not completely him that's doing it, but it's like. When you look at the fan experience, okay? Fan experience is just by far gone through the roof. You look at like his ability to go out there and shake hands and fundraise. I know some of the older people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I think he's doing a better job than DeLoss Dodds. Because I think the only thing that DeLoss Dodds really has to claim is the fact that there were national championships there while he was there.
Yeah. But
like, I just think Texas was just in a better we had more success under DeLoss Dodds in the major sports. But
he's a very, very busy man, and look at what he does on Twitter for people that he literally doesn't know come here from Sikkim. Like the dude takes time out of his day to do amazing things for people that just claim to be fans, whether they are or not.
Yeah,
letting people
look,
tour
there
the
are a lot of people that hit up CDC for tickets, Nino.
Yeah, and it's nonstop, and he still takes the time out of his day to like, yeah, what can I do for you?
goes to show the fan experience. The man cares. He understands that it's the small things, and like that's one of the things I had most face most. It's one of the things that gave me the most faith in Sark is it's the little things for him.
Yeah, man, he's shaking hands and kissing babies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? We're about to
Hey,
change
Nash, hey, man.
Huh?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna hop off, man. I gotta get ready for some military stuff in the morning, man.
Man, I really appreciate you for coming on in, Nino.
Nino, I'll send you
Nino,
over
hold
some stuff that I'm about to be filming too.
on. Before you go, just one last anything that you want to plug, man. I mean, I know you're working on some special stuff.
I forgot what the hell I was talking about. What was that time I was doing some stat stuff? You can break it, Nash, if you remember what I was saying.
Bro, you were talking about you were talking about he's going to be doing a live halftime show where he's doing a call-in show in the middle of games.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be awesome to do. Are you gonna be doing like a live stream throughout the entire game?
No, well, just a halftime.
No, he thought about it. He thought about it. He gave it a thought. And then also, I believe you're doing some statistics online, right? You got a website?
Oh yeah, man. Just go to ninascornersports.com. I do all my stats for the team, track explosive plays, all that good stuff. You know, first down per just everything, man. Just go.
Yeah, some advanced statistics that.
Yeah, so stuff I like to do.
Be plugged into that halftime show, man. That's better than arguing in spaces.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, cool, brothers. Hey, man, I appreciate it, y'all. I gotta hop out now, man.
Man,
hey,
I
take
appreciate
it easy,
you, Nino, bro. Hey, take it easy, brother.
I'm gonna see you.
Hey, 11 days.
11 days, buddy.
All right, what's that, baby? Are you able to talk? Let me see. Nope.
Is you hungry?
No. I might have to mess with the permissions here.
I don't know. I had to log out of my Discord and then redo it all.
Yeah, I had it messed up, man. That was on me.
No, you're good.
Man. Permissions not synced with the category. What?
It kept telling me suppressed, and then it would say you're not allowed or whatever to speak or something like that.
Dang, I'm trying. I might have to figure this out. AB, try and join one more time. I've seen you in the chat. I recognize that name. Recognize that name anyway. I actually do have a kind of decent memory for recognizing names. All right. Well, you know what? Hey Trent, I think I'm gonna be doing that poker night tomorrow. I think that's what I'm finally gonna.
All right, man. I'll be filming practice at Italy High School from like 3 to 5, and then I got Little League B team that I'm coaching from like 6:30 to 8. So after that, I can jump in.
All right, hell yeah, man. I think I'm about to might hop. Oh, here, you got anything else you want to talk about, bro? I'm still chilling if you want to talk.
Yeah, let's I'd really like to address okay, Sark showed up
After Dark.
and yeah. We'll get into that one. I hope it happens, but it probably won't be tonight.
No, my bad. I was mocking you, bro. I was saying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Yeah, but no, I love the way that he showed up and his first addressing of a situation was the offensive line. Thank God Mario Cristobal left to go to Miami because the U's never coming back.
Hey, you know what?
And
I got my thing on that. I'll say this. My narrative is I'm going to push it is Sark forced Cristobal out. Cristobal said, you know what, I got to leave because I'm losing Banks. I cannot have this happen. I'm just messing around. But
and very well could be true. But right after he got done addressing the offensive line, he goes straight to the linebackers, and Choate does the damn deal. Jeff Banks has his hand in it, which we needed to immediately address. And now this season, we're going right after the trenches on the defensive line, and also DBs, obviously. And it's just like, man, like Sark has taken everything that he saw that was a problem from the time that he got there, and year after year after year, he's proved himself to go out and get the best of the best and try and do what he can to get us ready for moving into the SEC next year.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely improving the front seven, offensively and defensively. I mean, the front seven improvements with the offensive line, like we were talking about with the depth. By the way, hey, shout out to the ticker change. 11 days left, baby. Got to change. Yes. Yeah. It's really. It's getting to be fun, is what it is. And then Abel, real quick.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Okay. Abel was the one. Yeah, Abel 1318. I recognize that name. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? 300. Let me see if I still have this.
Yeah. The other thing I'd like to address, though, how big a deal do you think? Because everybody wants to bring up Paul Chris and adding him, to help the running game, but then like everybody's like, well, nobody remembers that. We're going to technically, I guess, NFL style rules with the clock adjustment, and bringing in Joe DeCamillis, like that's literally what he did for the Rams when they won the Super Bowl. I wonder how much that's going to pay dividends into like Sark not having to manage game time, and like Joe DeCamillis can just like radio down to him or whatever and say like, hey, you need to start dialing up this or dialing up that. We need to slow it down. We need to speed it up. Because the way I'm seeing it, like we're going to have to either start stalling or we're going to have to, do whatever in order to capitalize on winning in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, DeCamillis he's an easy name to just kind of gloss over and forget about. But honestly, I thought you were going to the whole like we're going to 5 wide. We're going more 5 wide, and I love the additions that Steve Sarkisian has brought in.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it this year with the weapons that he has, like he can go from 5 wide, but he can go to so many different personnel sets out of 5 wide.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Here's a question. Have y'all seen the Gary Patterson? What's his name? Paul Chris rumors.
I haven't necessarily seen the rumors.
It's a long thing. Hold on. It's a long thing from a while ago. Let me see.
All right. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Here. Well, here, you talk about something real quick. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I'm trying to.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the other thing that man, that's just like last year. all we had was pretty much it was not Jonte Cook, but Xavier Worthy this, Xavier Worthy that. You got force fed too much, but this year you've got hopefully a healthy Isaiah Nayor along with the AD Mitchell, and then you still got Witt, which I'm wondering if they're gonna use Jonte Cook as the slot guy, because I could see him being very beneficial there. And then the other thing is, I'd like to see a lot of the variations of the diamond sets that he was running last year too.
Yeah, diamond set's gonna be that was a very creative thing, but
yeah.
So
and I mean the diamond's been around forever, but what he was doing with it last year.
No, yeah, I'm saying it was just really creative what we were doing.
Yeah.
No, so here's the deal. Okay, shout out to Parker Fleming, Stats Award on the tweeters.
Oh yeah, you talking about the TCU guy?
Yeah. But so basically, Wisconsin native talking about the batter. Basically, Gary Patterson told a story about the Rose Bowl before I tell anyone want to know. Blah blah. Basically, Gary Patterson thinks TCU would have lost the Rose Bowl except for to remind people of what he's talking about. First, Wisconsin lost the Rose Bowl 19-21 versus TCU. Wisconsin was ranked 5th, 11-2. TCU was ranked 3rd, 13-0. Back when you could be 13-0 and not make it to the national championship.
But who's the quarterback for TCU that year?
Dalton.
Oh, okay, it was.
Yeah, it was January 1st, 2011.
Thinking...
But so Gary Patterson thinks that TCU would have lost the Rose Bowl, except for the fact that Paul Chryst was competing with Brian Harsin for the Texas offensive coordinator job. And because Chryst believed he wouldn't get the job by running for 300 yards and not throwing the football, just pounding TCU. And Gary credits the Rose Bowl win to knowing the game plan of Chryst because he had, quote, read the papers and listened and knew they would try and probably play more play action to do more. And Wisconsin only went back to running the ball on the last drive because they were desperate, and Gary Patterson's team, they basically got a lucky bounce on the 2-point conversion. But it's that. So what's funny about that to me is if that's legit, right? Paul Chryst has wanted to be at Texas for a while. he's wanted to be here for a long time now. And
well, I mean, name me one coach that doesn't want to be there.
And I don't know where we're at with the Gary Patterson thing. I honestly don't think it's going to happen, but I don't think it needs to happen. I'm not saying I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying we don't need it to be a good defense.
No, but I do think that PK and Sark or whoever else with the staff, I think they're going to be able to pick up the phone and talk to Gary after games or over the weekend. And I still think Gary wants to be involved in that type of manner. But I don't think Gary's going to step back on a field again unless he's got a Power 5 program that he feels that he can take back to prominence.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having something pop up in the background. I'm going to have to go ahead and end it here. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow. All right, buddy. Hope you all have a good day. Hook 'em.
Let me know about poker.
Here, I gotta go.